afternoon stock market session on August 20th, leading stocks drive VN Index to a stunning rebound. Although red dominated the electronic board, a surge in several leading stocks helped the VN Index stage a remarkable reversal, closing at a new record high. During the morning session, profit-taking pressure caused strong market fluctuations. From the session peak around 1665 points, the VN Index fell below 1615 points, losing over 50 points, with declining stocks outnumbering advancing ones by nearly 5 times. However, the rally of VinGroup stocks, together with the bright performance of several banks such as VIB, LPB, TCB, and CTG, helped curb the VN Index's decline, which had dropped nearly 21 points by the midday break. Additionally, trading activity remained very active, absorbing the supply from profit-taking, which boosted liquidity compared to the previous morning and helped stabilize many stocks as well as the VN Index. In the afternoon session, trading activity continued to be strong, focused mainly on leading stocks, especially the VinGroup group and some banks, helping the VN Index gradually recover and close up more than 10 points, setting a new historical high. At the close, the VN Index increased 10.16 points, plus 0.61%, to 1664.36 points, with 83 advancing stocks, 25 more than in the morning, while declining stocks, though fewer by 23, still totaled 259. Total trading volume reached 2.41 billion shares, worth VND 68,079.5 billion, up 25% in both volume and value compared to yesterday. Block trades contributed 135.6 million shares, worth VND 4,237 billion. As mentioned above, today's VN Index rebound was driven by leading stocks, particularly VinGroup and certain banks. Among them, VIC rose 5.08% to $124,200, the HM increased 5.43% to $99,000, the day's high, while VRE remained modest, maintaining the morning's slight 0.17% gain, closing at $30,000. The VIC-VHM duo alone contributed over 10 points to the VN Index, surpassing the combined negative impact of 8 declining stocks. Additionally, the afternoon saw further gains from VPB and LPB, alongside VIB from the morning. By the close, all 3 bank stocks hit their ceiling prices. VPB at $36,550 with 75.56 million shares traded, LPB at $45,750 with 7.12 million shares traded, with over 280,000 shares on the buy limit, and VIB at $21,900, 70.28 million shares traded, with a remaining buy limit of 9.33 million shares. Meanwhile, SSB and TCB gained 4.35% to $21,600 and 3.32% to $40,500, respectively. CTG rose 2.02% to $50,600. These bank stocks contributed an additional 11 points to the VN Index. Other notable stocks included BSR, which surged to its ceiling price of $29,700 with 60 million shares traded and 1.6 million remaining on the buy limit, adding 1.35 points to the VN Index. Sector highlights. The banking group, besides VPB, LPB, and VIB, saw OCB also hit the ceiling at $13,650. MSB rose 3.81% to $16,350. NAB up 1.92% to $15,000, and STB up 1.69% to $54,100. On the downside, 3 stocks dropped more than 2%, HDB, TPB, EIB. Stocks down more than 1% included SHB, MBB, ACB, VCB, but losses were narrower than in the morning. Security stocks saw more green than in the morning. VDS plus 6.73%, BSI plus 5.75%, DSE plus 3.26%, and TVS plus 3.07%, while VCI, VIX, and APG increased modestly below 1%. Conversely, VND, CTS, HCM, AGR and ORS fell between 2 and 4%. Real estate. Besides HAR and VinGroup, KBC surged to its ceiling of $40,100, while EVG remained at the floor of $10,250, while NHA fell 6.69% to $25,800, HDG down 6.62% to $31,050. Steel sector saw little change. In oil and gas, only BSR jumped to its ceiling, others declined or remained flat. Liquidity. SHB remained the most liquid, with 162.56 million shares, followed by HPR, 101 million shares, MBB, 77.39 million shares, and VIB, 70.28 million shares, behind VPB. HNX and Upcom. Positive signals from HOSI supported moderate gains on HNX and Upcom, though neither reached the reference levels. HNX index fell 2.72 points, minus 0.95%, to 283.73 points, with 50 advancing and 129 declining shares. Total volume 220.4 million shares, worth VND 4,992.8 billion, up 26% in volume and value compared to yesterday, mostly via matched orders. HSH, previously down 6.15% in the morning, reversed to close plus 2.31% at $26,600, trading 61.35 million shares. CEO traded 31.57 million shares, closing minus 4.07%, narrowing losses from the morning. MBS and PVS also traded over 10 million shares, with declines tempered compared to morning session. Upcom index closed slightly down, minus 0.10 points, minus 0.09%, to 109.68 points, with 107 advancing and 162 declining shares. Total volume 123.4 million shares, worth VND 1,786.5 billion, with block trades negligible. Two banks, BVB and ABB, led Upcom in liquidity and were the only stocks with volumes above 10 million shares, closing higher than in the morning. Derivatives and covered warrants. VN30 futures reversed to rise 18 points, plus 0.99% to 1828.46 points, with all contracts rebounding except the September expiry. The contract expiring tomorrow, August 21st, rose 15.2 points, plus 0.84% to 1831.1 with 429,519 contracts, worth $77,607.6 billion, open interest 46,000 contracts. Covered warrants. HBR warrants issued by ACBS and SSI were the most active with 4.41 and 2.69 million units, closing down 8.52% and 9.64% respectively. VB warrants, CVIB2504 and CVIB2508 hit the ceiling in line with their underlying stocks, trading 2.59 million and 2.19 million units.